live from Anniston Country Club. This is the Quarterback Club's 4th annual high school football media day. And at this time, we'd like to welcome to the stage the White Plains Wildcats. White Plains competes in 4A Region 4. The head coach of the Wildcats is Chandler Tyree. Today, Coach Tyree has brought with him senior offensive and defensive tackle Dalton Faulkner, as well as senior fullback and linebacker Wade Thompson. Coach Tyree, we will start with your opening comments, sir.
First and foremost, thanks for having us again. Always love coming to this event and thankful that y'all put it on for us. Like he said, I brought Wade and Dalton today. Wade is listed at fullback and linebacker. He'll play inside linebacker for us, and he'll play a lot of different positions for us on the offensive side of the ball. He's probably our most all-around guy that he can tote the football, he can block, he can catch it out of the backfield, he can do a lot of different things. Dalton, this will be his 3rd year starting for us on the offensive line. He's our lone returner on the offensive line. We got 3 sophomores playing with him, and then a senior that hadn't started. And so we're going to have to really depend on him and let him be the anchor of our offensive line. So, but I couldn't ask for 2 better young men, leaders of our program, leaders in our community. So Dalton, he'll be good enough in golf to beat me one day, and Wade's getting there as well. So hopefully they'll get to that point where they can beat the old man in some golf.
I thought everybody in White Plains could play golf.
Not everybody. I'm actually not very good.
Players, Wade, Dalton, what do you look forward to most this summer? I know the intensity of Coach Tyree is there. What do you look forward to as far as when you hit the field to practice? I mean, I know you guys are leaders on this team. Is there things you're going to look forward to in workouts that you have already done and it's coming back? Or what is that? We'll start with you, Wade.
Yes, sir. I just think mainly watching like the little, or I say little, but 10th graders and all them develop and just see how like good they can become to help us out. Just like really helps us out because them getting to be able to play is just helping us out a ton.
I'm just ready to have that lead position. I'm gonna have to coach the kids next to me. I'm the only one that has any game experience coming into this year, so it's definitely gonna be rough at the beginning, but I think we'll get it figured out by the beginning.
Chandler, is it right to think of Wade as kind of doing a lot of the same things that Walker did for you last year? And then who steps in at quarterback?
First off, I don't think you're able to play or replace a Walker Osteen with just one guy. I think we're going to have a bunch of guys that's going to step up and do that. I think Wade, Devontae McCormick, LJ Burns, Dylan Barksdale, Colin Spivey, all those guys are going to have to step up and be big for us and replacing Walker Osteen. Like last year, we could turn around and hand the ball to Walker, and big things were happening because he was just one of the most electrifying players in our county last year. This year, I think it's going to have to be a handful of guys that really do that. And Wade's a guy that we can play him at the Z, we can play him at the Y, we can play him at the F, the T. He's our backup quarterback. He's a guy that you can put in a lot of different positions, and he can do a lot of things. And so I don't think you actually replace a guy like Walker Osteen with just one guy, but I think we've got a handful of guys that can step up and take that load. And then our quarterback will be Dylan Barksdale. Everybody's familiar with him. He's an all-county player. Last year at defensive back, he played receiver for some last year. Really good athlete, has really developed as a quarterback. A lot of people don't realize, in my opinion, the most difficult positions to play in football is the offensive line and quarterback. And he's gotten daylight to dark better from the spring to now as far as learning pre-snap read, post-snap read, progressions, all that stuff. So he's done a really good job for us, and he's going to be a leader. Just had to ask him to be a little bit more vocal than he's been in the past. He's been a leader as far as his actions, but when you play the quarterback position, you got to be a leader and you got to be vocal.
Coach, tell us a little bit about your new facilities you have with your weight room, and then players. Talk to us a little bit, each one of you, about what it's like now to come into a new weight room and what it's meant for your program.
Well, I've talked about it out in the lobby. We're relatively new in football. We celebrated 50 years of football last year, whereas some of these programs in our area have been doing football for a long, long time. So we're still trying to get to where some of these programs are at. And I think the first thing is you got to have buy-in from your players. You got to build a culture and you got to do those things with them. And I think the second thing is improving those facilities. And so I think our weight room equipment was about 15 years old. It was rusted. Some of the safety bars were bent, and just some of it wasn't very safe for our kids. And so just being able to raise $50,000 to make that happen, and to have new flooring in our weight room. We've always had a good facility as far as like space, but in order to put in that new flooring and new racks, new benches, new bars, landmine attachments, dip attachments, new weights, all that stuff has helped us out tremendously, not just because we're able to get more done in our weight room and each rack has self-sufficient for itself, but because like when you see the kids walk in and the pride that they have in what we have now and how they've taken care of it, and how they're ready to go at 6:30 in the morning to work out, that says all you need to say in itself. And that's something that don't just benefit the football program, but every athletic and all of our students at White Plains High School. And so I'm very prideful in that, because I'm a guy that when I get somewhere, when I go to leave, and I don't plan on leaving until I retire, so don't take that the wrong way, I'm at White Plains and turn down other job opportunities to stay at White Plains because I want to see something through, and it's not as easy, and I think it takes special kids to try to build a program and get to where some of the other programs are at in our region. And I think it also takes special coaches to be at White Plains. So we understand the work's not done, and we still got a long way to go. And we're appreciative of everybody all the coaches that came before us and all the players. We have great kids. We've always had great kids. We've always had good people in White Plains. And so we're just thankful for that and the community support that we have to be able to raise money to get that weight room.
Okay, Chandler, a couple of questions. I'll start with the hardest one and regress to the easier one. If you don't look at the wins and losses, where is this program from where you came in to 4 years later?
I would like to say that we've built a culture, and there's been some stumbling blocks along the way. But I think we've been able to improve culture, we've been able to improve facilities, locker room, coach's office, weight room. I feel like we've been able to, I'm a big component in look, a helmet or a jersey is never going to help you win a ball game, but I'm a big component in look good, play good. And so I'm trying to do everything I can to build support and to make a little noise for our program. And like, we want to be in the conversation at the end of the year for that last playoff spot. Like we want to still be in the conversation, and so we don't want to get to game 5 or game 6 and be out of the conversation for a playoff spot. We're trying to make some noise, and we understand. And look, I'm not a guy that's going to shy away from expectations. Everywhere I've been and everywhere I'm going to be, I want to win. I'm a winner. It's what I want. It's what I want to do. First off, I want to be known for character and integrity, but I also want to be known as somebody that wins. So everything we do is to try to win football games, and bigger than football games, try to win in life. If we can develop better husbands and better fathers and all that stuff one day, then we've done our job. If we can develop better people for our communities, then we've done what we need to do. And I mean, even if you look at wins and losses, we've went 10-20, which is nowhere near where we want to be at. But it's a big difference from where we were at 6-44 in the 5 previous years before these guys got up. So we want to win. We want to do things differently, and we want to be that program that people are talking about. But it just takes time, and I think that we've took steps in the right direction, but we've got to keep taking those steps in the right direction.
Love the helmet, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, well, and finally, a lot of people know you to be a real rah-rah guy, and I mean, your pregame speeches are unbelievable. I always try to find them on Facebook. I don't know who you let slip in the locker room to tape them or what, but do you practice that?
I don't. That's just me. It's who I am. I tell our kids all the time, listen, don't take it personally when I yell at you. Like, because I yell at my 5-year-old, I get excited. I mean, I'm a preacher too. But just like I tell them, it don't matter what happens inside the locker room. It don't matter what kind of rah-rah speech I give. If we don't go on the field and put out something that people are going to be proud of, then none of that means anything. And so that is just strictly me trying to get our guys ready to play. And sometimes I don't believe you have to have a coach do that. Because high school football, I believe high school football is the best thing. You can go on and play college, you can play in the professional league, but you're never going to get that experience of playing with guys that you've played with your entire life. And so I don't think it requires that. That's just me. I'm energetic, I bring passion, I love what I do, and when I stop loving what I do, I'll quit doing it. But right now I love what I do, and I'm going to bring energy and passion every single day.
This is for Dalton and Wade. Dalton, we'll start with you. What is your favorite part of Fridays in the fall during football season? What would you, if you had a best time of the day from morning to night, what's your favorite?
Definitely watching those lights come on the field and watching the field light up. That just gives me a rush that I don't know, nothing else can get.
Wade?
I don't know. I just have to say, like, probably, I don't know, hitting people. I don't know. I kind of like hitting people.
Spoken like a true linebacker.
So when you tee it up and they blow the whistle, that's your favorite part once the game is on, right?
Yes, sir. Ain't nothing like hitting a safety.
There you go.
Question.
Coach Bill Smith the other day, Talladega's new head coach, mentioned him getting to coach with you at Montford. Talk about how proud he was of you as a coach. Talk about what that experience is going to be like coaching against him now in the same region.
It's going to be pretty cool, but like I told everybody, that's another coach that I have to prepare for. He's outstanding offensively on the offensive side of the ball, and so that's y'all think that's a good thing, but that's going to have me going to sleep at about 1 o'clock on Monday morning the week we play them, trying to prepare to be able to stop them. So there's work that goes in. I respect Coach Smith, and I'm forever grateful for Coach Smith. He gave a 25-year-old that had no business being a defensive coordinator a defense and let me have it and let me learn and let me get beat up a couple of games until I figured it out. And so I'm forever grateful for the opportunity that he gave me at 25 years old. And I would not be where I'm at today if it wasn't for the opportunity that he gave me.
Coach, to follow up with that, talk about the new regional alignment and maybe some teams that you haven't played in a while that you're going to face this year.
Well, we got rid of Cherokee County and replaced them with Talladega. And so Talladega is going to be super athletic. Like I said, they're going to be really good on the offensive side of the ball. Cleveland County has Kyler McGrin, one of the best players in our area. It's always going to be difficult to stop him. Jacksonville has probably the best quarterback in our area, and I can't wait to see what kind of offers start piling up for him. I just hope that it's not a highlight reel for him whenever he plays us. And Anniston has 2 SEC guys on their team. Hanley, like somebody said the other day, looks like they cookie cut their players. They graduate and the next year they roll out. It looks like the same players that are rolling out there because they just keep rolling out good players. And so I think Jacksonville, Anniston, and Hanley are definitely at the top of our region. They're three that look at what they've done the past 3 or 4 years. Hanley won a state championship. Jacksonville played for one. And I believe that Hanley was the best team in the state last year, just the ball didn't bounce their way. And so it's a very difficult region. You got to go to Montford, and they got probably one of the better athletes in our area in Sylvester Smith. And so I believe that there's no off weeks. We start out with Ramburn. They're going to be hard-nosed. They're going to play the way they play. And so we got to come ready to play that and have a really good 3 weeks to prepare for them right here. And then you get to go to Oak Grove. It's in the same kind of spot we're in. They're trying to develop a program and build a program, and then we get an off week. So we'll see where we're at after those first 2 weeks, and then we get to go play Hanley. And so we get Hanley and Anniston back to back, and then we get Hopes Bluff, which is another hard-nosed team that's going to play. As long as Coach Robinson's there, they're going to play the game a certain way, and you're going to get hit in the mouth, and it's going to be how you respond. You better hit them in the mouth back. And so Talladega, and then you go on and on with the teams that we have to play. Then we finish up with Westbrook Christian, who has they've had a lot of winning seasons the past few years, and so that's going to be a challenge for us as well. But, I was talking to them out there, and for us, I think it's kind of sustainability and culture, but keeping the same thing together. And I see Coach Randall in the back of the room, and our basketball program is unbelievable. And Coach Randall's been here for a while, and he's done great things. And we want the same kind of culture that he's been able to create in basketball. But I believe the only way that happens is some sustainability. We can't change head coaches every 30 or 40 years. And so I'm trying to stay here. I came here for a reason, like I said, and that's to win football games. And we're trying to get here, and I'm going to stay here until I see that through.
Before we have your closing comments, Coach, I'd like to ask the players one more question. Tell us something about Coach Tyree that maybe we don't know. This is your time, and he's going to let you say whatever you want to say. Go ahead, Dalton.
Well, I know in the opening comments he said that I couldn't beat him in golf, but that ain't true. So he's still trying to get there.
Wade.
I don't know if y'all know this or not, but we was at practice, and he goes hard. He means it. If he wants you to hit him, if we're in practice, you hit him as hard as you can. And he hit me, went back, and I thought my hamstring about tore on.
Can y'all cut that out? I don't want to get fired. We're working on linebacker stuff. We're working on hand placement, shooting our hands, being violent, bringing our hips. And I said, hey, give me some resistance. He didn't get no resistance. And so, but he can handle it. He's tough.
Oh yeah.
I know you're awfully proud of these two young men. You probably got several others you could have brought today to fill those shoes. But if you will, Coach, just give us your final comments as we end the session here with White Plains.
They say we're in the coaching business, but we're actually in the relationships business. And so there's things that I can take. Like, I'll be playing golf with him when I'm on the senior tees, and he's still a young buck. And so there's things that you can't, there's guys that graduate, but I still want to be a part of their life. And so we're here to build relationships and to grow young men, and I think we do a really good job of that at White Plains, not just in the football program, but everywhere. I think we do a good job of developing our students, and that's what we're here for. And that's what I always want to be for. I want to win football games, but I want to have an impact in their life because I know they impact my life. Like, people think, like in the summertime, people think that the kids come back from college and it means something for them for us to go eat breakfast or lunch, but it means way more to me for them to want to reach out to me and want to go eat breakfast or lunch with me. So I'm here. I love what I do. I love the kids. Like I said, I'm in the relationship business and the things that, like, we learn every day together. We get better. We push through adversity. And I love what I do. And eventually we're going to get it turned around on the school board. But just know, our kids at White Plains work just as hard as every other kids in this area. So thank y'all for having us.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Congratulations, and good luck this